This video is sponsored by the Pokemon TCG deck building website PokemonCard.io. Are you looking for sealed product and singles? You can find it all on Channel Fireball. Please use my Tailmon affiliate code when checking out to help support my content. Looking for PTGO codes? Potown Store has all the latest sets and promos, instantly delivered to your email. You can use Tailmon code when checking out for 5% off. If you're from Europe, Millipots Gaming has a wide array of sealed products, singles, and more. You can use Tailmon code when checking out for 5% off. Card Market is Europe's largest online marketplace for Pokemon cards. Whether you're looking for sealed product or singles, vintage or the latest sets, just follow the link in the description to find what you need. Want to show off your love for Tablemon? Check out my 2021 merch. These new hoodies and shirts are available on Amazon. Click on the link in the description to get yours. Hello everyone and welcome back to another deck profile featuring Evolving Skies. So on my previous Jolteon VMAX video, I was correctly informed that Evolving Skies is not coming out this week, but it's actually the next week until the 26th. Yeah, Thursday 26th, so that's very unfortunate. Like I said, I'm done with standards, so we're just going to be taking a look at different deck profiles, different ideas that I'm going to feature once the set comes out. Post-rotation does mean we're closer to post-rotation then, so I guess that's a plus. And obviously RAYQUAZA VMAX is the big poster card of the set. Very powerful attack. I talked about it in Japan. This is that list adjusted into post-rotation format to have RAYQUAZA VMAX obviously with its ability, allowing you to discard your hand, drawing 3 cards. Very nice to dig through the deck, keep finding stuff, and obviously you want to play down the cards that you have and then get your hand as close to 0 as possible, and then you get to draw more cards. Or if it's not 0, then what you want to be discarding is probably the lightning energies. I'm sure this list probably needs to be optimized immediately. Recovery, right? Pokemon recovery would probably be necessary so that you have at least 2 FLAAFFYs down, or hopefully 3. But the attack doing 20 base damage and then 80 more for every energy you choose to discard, whether it's lightning or fire, is really good, because at 4 energies discarded, you do 320 damage, and plus the bonus 20, the base 20 rather, that's 340, which is enough to 1 KO even the highest HP VMAX, which is Eternatus VMAX, which I fully expect to continue to see play in the future. So RAYQUAZA VMAX, pretty powerful, does require a lot of setup, does require a bunch of FLAAFFYs so that you can use its Dynamotor ability and power up lightning energy to your benched Pokemon. It is on the bench as well, so you have to make sure that you have switching cards available. That is why we have 3 Herballoons and 3 switching cards. We're gonna need plenty of those FLAAFFYs, but in case we don't, we are playing 2 copies of Rose. Rose allows you to discard your hand and attach 2 basic energies to one of your Pokemon VMAX. Obviously that would be RAYQUAZA, and then after you use Rose, you can use RAYQUAZA VMAX's ability to get more cards and more resources to hopefully find whatever else it is that you need. Consistency wise, we have only the Crobat because RAYQUAZA VMAX's ability is consistency in and of itself. We also have the Quick Balls, we also have the Level Balls to help find those FLAAFFYs. We have Research, we have Marnie as well. Not maximized copies. I would love maximized copies, but I don't think we can fit them. The Bolton Bee and the Vikavolt Bee, definitely potentially questionable cards. Bolton Bee can help in setting up. It can be a middle of the ground attacker that doesn't need a bunch of energy attached to itself to do 1 million damage, can be used for early pressure. And Vikavolt Bee on the opposite side can slow down the game, prevent your opponent from playing item cards, and therefore slowing things down to a point where you can set up your FLAAFFY, set up your RAYQUAZA VMAX for that big KO. Now when Pokemon are worth 3 prizes and knocking out 1, or you have 1 KO options on knocking out 1 once you have the game already, Boss's Orders is very important. So I can definitely see scenarios where you go Vikavolt, slow the deck down, slow the game down rather, prevent your opponent or in the middle of the game to like really push forward, and then you go Boss KO with your RAYQUAZA VMAX on their big threat. Now to help with the setup as well, we have the 3 of the new stadiums, the Japanese card that you're seeing all the way over there. Raging Tempest or something like that it's called, which is essentially a reprint of Brooklet Hill but for Dragon and Lightning Pokemon. So you can use it to search for RAYQUAZA V, to search for Mareep, or even Boltund or Vikavolt if you need to. So on top of the Quick Balls,
and the level balls, having those 3 extra searches, especially for the Rayquaza Vs early on, can be pretty useful. This archetype has seen play in years past. I actually have an older deck built with this Rayquaza EX with Electric. It worked basically the same. You had Electric instead of FLAAFFY, same HP, same ability, same attack, I think, even same weakness, same retreat cost, same everything. To power up your Rayquaza EXs, you had Keldeo EX to go, forgot the Russian, to get promoted with a Float Stone. You powered up on the bench, you retreated, and dealt damage the same way, except you dealt damage by multiplying by 60 instead of 40, right? You chose whether lightning or fire you were discarding, and then whichever you chose, it was a multiplier of 60, but HPs weren't higher than, what was the highest HP back then? 180, I think, was the highest back then on the basic big EXs. So maybe 190, so with just 3 energies you were good to go, right? So now HPs are higher, now you need 4 energies. Now you're in evolution as well, so a little bit more balanced in that regard, but the evolution obviously has a pretty good ability to compensate for you needing to be an evolution to do that that full damage extension, right? So pretty cool to see. And then if we go backwards even more time, all the way back to 2004, we had Blaziken Rayquaza EX, where that Rayquaza had the same attack, the same concept, discarding whether fire or lightning, and it was a multiplier of 40. But back then, the highest HP you would get on a stage 2 EX Pokemon was 150. So that required 4, right? But usually with 3 you were good to go. So it's usually between 3 or 4. It's like Rayquaza's theme apparently to get 1 KOs, focus on fire energy, or focus on lightning energy. My throat's a bit sore today, but yeah, pretty cool deck, pretty straightforward deck overall. I like these sort of concepts. I love 1-hit KO decks. I don't love them in a 3-price metagame, because then you just attack twice and the game's over. I love them in a single price metagame where you have to attack 6 times, right? And then resource management matters, decisions matter, you get to actually plan out a whole game much more skillfully. But I fully expect this deck to prove very powerful in the early stages of the Sword and Shield on metagame. The biggest glaring weakness of it, though, is definitely the Rapid Strike or Shifu VMAX matchup, because they can eliminate the 2 FLAAFFYs, and without FLAAFFYs you are not doing much with this deck, right? So like I said, right off the bat, maybe the Bolton and the Vikavolt, just not worth the space. There is a new card that lets you search for 2 Pokemon in your discard pile that have 90 HP or less, and you put them back into your hand. That might be necessary to play in order to recover FLAAFFYs. Discard it from research, discard it from Rayquaza VMAX's ability, or simply KO'd and targeted by your opponent's Pokemon or attacks. And also Ordinary Rod, right? Ordinary Rod could be an important card to add to the deck to recover a Maripa and FLAAFFY line, but also to recover fire energies that you might have lost along the way, because even though they're not as important as the lightning energies, you still need 1 attached to your Rayquaza to cover the attack cost. We'll see how the list evolves. Maybe this list is like too aggressive, but I feel like when taking 2 KOs wins you the game, it's okay to just go all out, because no matter if you end up losing a ton of resources, you don't need too many to close out a game. So yeah, that's Rayquaza VMAX. We'll be taking a look at more of the new VMAX decks. We'll be taking a look at other different styles of decks as well, and revisiting past decks and seeing how we would update them in these coming weeks. If you want to only look at post-rotation standard, let me know in the comment section down below. But if you want me to continue doing, I'll probably end up actually continuing doing the Pokédex to alternate between new decks and Pokédex, maybe some expanded. If you want to take a look at that, let me know. Literally, my channel is for you. So if you enjoy any of that particular content, let me know, and I can continue to do it this week whilst we wait for Evolve.